So we are not meant to work. We are not meant to work. It just like so clearly came through. I needed to turn on the camera to tell you. Here are the words that came through. We are not supposed to work. We are supposed to create through ceremony, not create through work. That is why so many are so unhappy, right? We are not supposed to work to create anything. That's not how creation happens. But we have been brainwashed by modern society to think that we need to work in order to create things. But it's a distraction, right? The working constantly is a distraction. And number two, it diffuses all of your power. And it diffuses all of your power because all of your energy is taken up by working, okay? Because if you're so busy working, then you don't have time to engage in your creativity, in ceremony, and in play, okay? The energy of doing things, the energy of play creates abundance. The energy of doing things the way you're supposed to do them just creates this like energy of like drudgery, right? So that's why recently I've gotten really into feng shui and I've gotten really excited about it. And I wasn't like thinking logically about why I was excited about feng shui. I've just known I've just been all up in its grill the past few weeks, right? I sold my house and moved into an apartment and now I'm feng shuiing it. And doing feng shui feels to me like doing an energy session, right? I'm rearranging the energy of the house to make it the way that I want it to be. And I pulled some cards and I got the Page of Wands reversed and the Eight of Swords. The Page of Wands, let's talk about this. When the Page of Wands is upright, what that means is exploring new ideas, exploring new ways of doing things, following one's passion, right? Allowing your passion to blaze the trail ahead and like following it with wild abandon into like new lands and new adventures, right? It's all exciting and exploratory. But when it's in reverse, it's the opposite energy. And so what this card is denoting in this reading is doing things the way everybody else is doing them. Doing things the way society says you should do them, right? Doing things in like the tried and true, whatever that means, way, okay? But it's creating this area of stuckness in your life. Eight of Swords, right? Does he have a blindfold on? Yes, he's got a blindfold on. So feeling stuck. In your mind, you're like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Like, what is the way that I get out of this? But the problem is that all the paradigms in your head are doing things the way you've been told to do them. Doing things the way other people have said you need to. Society says you need to. Maybe you're stuck because of a paradigm, right? Maybe you're stuck because of a way of thinking. Our society does not endorse, I live in America, by the way, obviously, by my accent. America does not endorse using ceremony to create. America is all about work, right? To create. That's actually not how you create. When I was really solidly reflecting on this, I've created a lot of stuff. And the things that worked, the things that really brought that nourishment, the things I was happy with, or the things that didn't create that much effort. But they really didn't create that much effort because align the energy up first. So then physically they easily came into my reality. That makes sense to me, right? Working doesn't make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense to most people because we all hate working. You know what I mean? And so, what if it's time for a radical paradigm shift? What if it's time to really just step back and be like, but if I had to create this thing that I wanted to create and I couldn't work to get it, what would I do instead? What would you do instead? Another good question is, what feels most natural to me? What feels most natural to me? I love doing ceremonies. I do them all the time. And when I do them with a friend, and I've had lots of friends come over to my house and we've done ceremonies about various things and various toils and troubles that are happening in their life, right? And I'm like, just come over to my house, we'll fix that. And they do. And then we do the ceremony. And then I'm like, well, all right, it's done. Forget all about it. It'll happen. Let me know what happens. And everybody's always freaked out that works, right? And I remember years and years ago when I was realizing, wow, this is really working. It freaked me out too. I was like, oh man, this is great. And now I really expect it. It's clear to me, it's going to happen. So maybe we need a super paradigm shift of not just using ceremony or witchcraft or energy work or whatever you want to call it to create sometimes. Maybe we need the paradigm of no, all the time. All the time. If you're working for something, is it gonna happen? You think it's gonna happen? Have you arranged the energy, right? Have you arranged the energy? The other cards I pulled were Engineer, Spiritual Seeker, and Painter. And what I got from this was, instead of using our this to problem solve, as soon as I saw this card, it's problem solve. What I feel we're being called is see, this is light coming from above into this person's head. It's the answer already exists. Allow it to drop into the body. The answer already exists. Everything already exists. Whatever paradigm issue you're having, however it is that you feel stuck, this Eight of Swords energy, the answer already exists. We just have to get quiet to allow it to come in. We just have to get still to allow our creativity to download the answer in our head. The answer already exists. Your spirit team, your angels and guides are already trying to give it to you, right? But if you're so busy working, it's kind of hard to listen. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of this too. So, the other cards that I pulled, Four of Swords, Rest, Wheel of Fortune, okay? Wheel of Fortune was first and Rest was after that. So maybe if we everything would change if we just allowed ourselves to rest. Maybe everything would change if we just allowed ourselves to rest. It is the full moon today, it is Halloween. And these last few days I've been really feeling deeply in my body, body, what do you need? What do you want? What do you need? And doing that. And it's been a lot of rest. And I also asked the universe that my moon cycle sync with the moon, right? So that I would bleed on the new moon, and I am. I was like, that's nice. So I at least be in sync with the cosmos here. Because we're supposed to, right? If you're a woman, we're all supposed to be synced with the moon. I think you're supposed to bleed on the new moon. Ovulate on the full moon, bleed on the new moon, right? But anyway, I was just needing deep rest. And just really contemplating what it means to have deep rest and have rejuvenation and have what I need. And our society, modern society, is moving so fast, right? It's always go, 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 do this, do this, do this, do this, don't miss out, go do that. And it's or I could just rest. Or I could just hang out on this couch with the cat. Sounds like a great time. In fact, right now my cat is resting because he knows what's up. And he's on the couch in my spot. So then I pulled the Six of Wands, which is the success card. The Four of Wands, which is celebration, stability, home life, and the Strength card. So maybe we'll get the stability, the joy, the support, right? Four of Wands is such a card of support. Maybe we'll get that card of support, that energy of support and success that we want if we allow ourselves to just receive. And it kind of takes strength when you live in a modern, fast-paced society to allow yourself to just rest. And you know what? You get to receive even if you choose to rest. You don't need to do anything to receive. It's the fallacy here. It's the fallacy here. That's why I started with the video with, you don't need to work in order to get stuff, in order to create stuff. What if you really deeply wanted to create, it was all about intention and all about magic and all about ceremony and all about feng shui? And I can hear so many of you saying, but what about action? You need to take physical action. Yeah, but when you're rejuvenated and fulfilled, then it is action that comes like bubbling up for you. It's action that just like pours out of you. It's like this natural thing. You want to do it. And also it's easy because you're on the timeline where it happens. To me, when I do a ceremony, it's like, okay, well, I'm on the timeline where it happens. I also pulled baggage and illusions. Emotional baggage weighs down relationships. Unpack it. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. So what are the ideas, notions, thoughts, paradigms that are keeping you stuck? They don't need to be anymore. So this is my Halloween message. It is, you do not need to work in order to get stuff. What if the key to getting everything that you ever really wanted was to give yourself permission to rest, was to tap into what your body really, really deeply desired and wanted, and then go after that and see what unfolds from there? Because it's like, what do you really, really, really want? So many of the things we think that we want, we don't actually want that. We want what the thing is going to give us. But when you move deeper in the layers, it's something completely different. It's something completely different. So there is, let's see, can I read that to you? Where did I put it? Let me see if I wrote it down here. Okay, here it is. So I've been very present in my body, for instance, right? And one of the things that I wrote down that I wanted was that I want to be more successful in my business, right? And I like my business, it's great, but there are some things I want to shift around and change. And then I asked myself why? And my answer was because I want to receive more money, which is really not the reason to do business. But it is if you're having a business. But I've decided, oh, this is another tangent, I'm going to have to make another video. I've decided not to have a business anymore. I've decided to have a druid circle because that feels so much better to me. So much better to me because in the druid circle, I can do whatever I want. And I realize in my business, I kind of do whatever I want, but like, I'm still in this paradigm of the business. And I was like, I don't even want to be in this paradigm anymore. This paradigm gets to die. I actually have no desire to have a business. Literally could care less. I just want to have a druid circle. That sounds like a good time. Who doesn't want to be in the druid circle, right? But if I move deeper into my body and like certain things that I like quote unquote want, I was like, but why do I want it? And what came up was that I'm tired. And I was like, okay, why? And I was like, because I'm a little burnt out. And then I asked myself, why again? And I got, because I'm not being nourished. My feminine energy is not being nourished. I asked why again? And it's because I don't know how in this society where I have to work that it's not natural to me. And so therefore I don't know how to get these deeper needs met, right? because I'm really journaling on a deep level lately about what my deeper needs are and how to get them met, right? I feel like I've like moved past a lot of these like superficial things, and it's time for the deeper layers. And then I asked myself why. And this is so fascinating. What came up was because I'm not sure how to receive properly. I'm actually not sure how to receive as a woman, and just receiving innately and receiving just because. Because that is how women are supposed to receive. They're supposed to receive innately, and they're supposed to receive just because. They're not supposed to do anything in order to receive. And then I asked myself, why? And I wrote, because it's how I'm built. This is how women are built. It's in our innate structure. And that feels good to me. And that feels true to me. There are so many times when I have moved deeper into my rest and moved deeper into doing whatever the most pleasurable thing was to do at the moment, that the most beautiful manifestation just unfolded so easily and so effortlessly, especially organic manifesting, which really just means have an orgasm and feel the feelings of your manifestation already being here, right? That works. Trust me, ask me how I know this. And I was like, so I do this sometimes. It's not like I don't do it all, but I was like, oh, but I'm not doing it with everything. And life, honestly, it could be so much more fun and so much more juicy. And so that's the vibe that came up today. That was what I wanted to share today. How can we move into deeper reverence and deeper ecstatic pleasure and deeper like joy and ceremony to create everything? To create everything. We don't just have to do ceremony to create some things and then work to create other things, right? Because that's what I've been doing. I've been working to create some things, which doesn't work. Like, clearly this doesn't work. And then I do ceremony all the time for other things. Works great, works all the time, constantly. Okay? And so I'm just like, I'm just going to do ceremony for everything. Like, that's where I am on this. That's where I am on this. Oh, to conclude this reading, here's the charms that I picked. I have this nautilus shell. I don't know if you can see it, but that to me means to listen, right? Listen to the universe. Listen to cosmic forces. I chose an octopus. Octopuses to me mean something specific from when I used to go to the Matrix Energetic Seminars years ago, which is an energy healing modality. He doesn't teach it specifically anymore. It's Dr. Richard Bartlett. The book he wrote initially was Matrix Energetics. But anyway, I remember just very clearly being at the seminars, like an octopus showed up once when we were doing one of the exercises. Like an energetic octopus, not a real octopus, like a holographic energetic octopus, right? Makes me sound nuts. But anyway, and the octopus came up because it was like a way to access parallel realities, a way to access new probabilities to things. So to me, I see an octopus and I always think, ooh, what new things can I access? What new ideas can I access? What new paradigms can I access? So the nautilus shell and the octopus is like, well, listening to my intuition is going to help me access new paradigms, new ideas, new way of seeing things that I haven't seen before. Which is what I started this whole video off with, is why are we even working to create anything? Everything is created by ceremony. We're not supposed to work. And then I got the Pegasus, right? Flying Pegasus. And this to me means like soaring in higher realms. This is a magical animal, right? Defeating the odds, doing things, the things that most say is not possible, and doing it easily because he has wings, right? So it's like the horse is like matter and form, and the wings are like the energetic higher realms, right? So it's kind of like bringing matter and the energetic higher realms together, right? The horse and the wings. And when bringing these things together, you can create great feats, and you can like overcome 3D reality, right? Because you can fly. You're a horse that can fly. Why would you want to be a regular horse when you can be a horse that can fly? So through listening to your intuition, accessing new ideas, new paradigms, new possibilities, new way of thinking, seeing things, doing things, you can create amazing feats that the normal horses cannot do. That is my message for today. That is my Halloween message. Before I forget, the decks used in this video were the Character Oracle. This is from Amazon. Romance and Love Oracle cards, also from Amazon. And then I found this new deck, which I'm quite in love with. Phantom Tarot deck. Okay, bye guys.